Burpee Bro, Oreo, burr, 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 burr. What are we doing, buddy? All right. Switch over this account. There we go. Ba 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 ba. YouTube, I already have premium. Don't offer me an ad for it. There we go. All right. That is loaded. Let's get the live shared out. Oh yeah, more actions. That's what I need. Like, yep. Share, yep. Messages. I wish you'd let me share it out to more than one thing at once. Like, why can't I let it out, share it out to Discord and messages at the same time? Why am I talking to YouTube like it can hear me? Turtle. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. And share. Watch my live. There we go. Hey, go back. There we go. Boom. All right. We are golden, bud. All right. We got coffee. We got Berber. That's all we need. Hey, bud. Happy Friday, good sir. Yeah, it's an Oreo Friday. It's an Oreo Friday. It's a Big Burbs Friday. Well, to be fair, it's a Big Burbs every day. Yeah. Yeah. Hello. How's it going? We're doing good, thank you. Happy Friday. Unless you're like elsewhere in the world, and then happy Saturday. Let's see, if you're in Australia, it'd be Saturday. I think if you're in the UK, it'd be Saturday. I think UK is like 7 hours ahead of us right now. I know Australia is like 16 hours ahead of us. Merry Christmas to you as well. What happened to my eye? Cancer. I was diagnosed with retinoblastoma, which is cancer of the retinas, when I was a month old. And then they did a bunch of treatments, and that didn't work. So the radiation failed, and all the other nonsense they did failed. At age 1, they took out my right eye, and my left eye was like, hold my beer, and it went nuclear. And at age 2, around age 2, they took out my left eye, and both my optic nerves. So, well, age 1, they took my right eye and my right optic nerve. At age 2, they took out my left eye and my left optic nerve. And then the radiation they treated me with as an infant caused a secondary tumor at age 6 called osteosarcoma, which stands for bone-eating tumor. And that ate like 70% of the internal bones in my, like the internal bone in my skull. So they had to go in and they put me on chemotherapy for like 6 months. They told my dad I had 3 months to live, and to prepare for the worst, they put me on chemotherapy. I was in and out of the hospital doing that. I was in the hospital for like a week doing chemo. I'd go home for 5 days, go back, do chemo, all that nonsense for like 6 months. And then they shrunk it down, and the tumor, and then they went in and did a 12-hour operation, which was actually scheduled for 16. So they did it pretty quick, which is good. 16 hours under anesthesia is no good. Anyway, so they went in, took the tumor out, repaired a lot of the damage that the tumor had caused. They rebuilt my skull with plates and wires. They patched the hole in my dura, which is the protective sac around your brain, the blood barrier membrane. They, God, my nose is running. I hate being sick. Sorry. So they patched that, and then I recovered in a coma for about a week, and then I was out trick or treating like a week and a half later. I went as Frankenstein. Best costume ever, because I have a scar that goes from ear to ear, 182 staples, 300 stitches, and dressed up like Frankenstein with that visible, and yeah. And then from that point forward, I had up until age 14, 15, I had about 9 more tumors, which they went in and took out, no problem. They caught them early enough. They just opened me back up and took them out. And then at age 14, I was diagnosed with another tumor. That tumor was wrapped around a nerve in my face called the trigeminal nerve. That tumor did irreparable damage to that nerve, causing trigeminal neuralgia, which is a chronic nerve condition that causes chronic pain. It's often called the unaliving disease because people who have it can't handle the pain, and pain treatments often don't work, so they erase themselves. And I've been living with that since I was 15, 14, and I'm 35 now. So whatever that math is. That's kind of the brief overview. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Don't be sorry. Life is chaos. So at this point, it's all just normalized, and I accept it, and all I can do is move forward and try to add more chaos to the chaos. Nope, that's me as a baby in the background, in the picture. That's the only photo I have of me as a baby, and that's the only picture I have of me with my real eyes. My eyes right now are prosthetics. So that's the only picture I have of me with my real eyes. Which I need to get it digitally scanned so I can keep it. So if something happens, I don't lose it. Hello, hello. Thank you all for the likes and the subscriptions. I appreciate that. We're trying to get the 1,000 follower subscriber mark, so YouTube likes us more. Welcome back. I was cute as a kid. Thank you. It is funny because before the chemotherapy at age 6, I had straight blonde hair, and then I had chemotherapy, and it came back the color it is now. And when it's not cut real short, it's like this curly mess that I can't do anything with. So I either let it have curls and leave it alone, or trim it down. But I have to cut my hair every few months because my scar gets super irritated. So I have to trim it back so the scar has a chance to kind of breathe and not be so irritated. Thank you all for the subscriptions. I appreciate that. Dude, Barbara, my nose is running. It's like trying to run a marathon or something. Yeah, buddy. You got a bath yesterday. Yeah, you got a bath yesterday. And I got bit yesterday. Come here, dude. Come here, my little guy. Boop. Can you say hi? Go how-wow. How-wow. No? You're going to be quiet? Sure, you're all loud throughout the day, but as soon as I put you in front of a camera and put a microphone near you, you just go, shh. Do you got stage fright? You love my bird? Thank you. His name is Oreo. He's a 22-year-old Red Lord Amazon. He is a rescue. I raised him pretty much from day one of him hatching. You can't see it the way he's standing, really, but he's missing his right foot. He's got both legs, but he's missing his right foot. And that's because of the breeder's negligence. She had him in an incubator with egg turners, which are these long rods at the bottom. And they turn the eggs to keep them evenly heated. And when you know that the eggs are about to hatch, you transfer them out of that, and then you put them in a different incubator that does not have the egg turners. And she did not do that. So when he hatched, he was standing in the bottom of the incubator, and the egg turners activated to turn the eggs, and they crushed and amputated his right foot. And because of that, she was going to euthanize him, because in her words, not mine, disabled birds don't make profit. And I was like, that's crazy. As someone who grew up disabled, I knew I could give him a good quality life. So in 2003, at age 13 for me, we went and adopted him. And he's been in my family ever since. Oh, you're going to talk now? Okay. Hi. What's up? Wow. Ruff. Ruff. We bark again, go. Woof. Are you giving me kisses? Mwah. Woof. Woof. Oh, I talked over you. Ready? Woof. Yeah, good boy. Woof. Woof. You want back up on my shoulder? Can I put you back on my shoulder? Whoa, don't mind my earbud. I need to go blow my nose, buddy. Oh yeah, he definitely knows I'm talking about him. Really, dude? You just pooped on me right now? Really? Why? Blessed thou be the caffeine that runs through my veins. Alright, we gotta do Burby meds. Let's see if my roommate is able to help with that. Let's see. Oh. That's not what I meant to do. I live in Washington State, here in the U.S. I live somewhat close to Seattle. Obviously, I won't tell my exact location because the internet, but yeah. Let's see. Yeah, if you can you do burpee modes? All right, bye. And we're live, just FYI. Okay, she hung up. Nice.
Hi, Oreo.
He's like, hello, lady who gives me meds. It was okay. He was just barking on live.
Yeah.
You're in Connecticut, but from Florida. Oh, nice. What brought you to Connecticut? I've been to Florida. I've not been to Connecticut. Thank you, bro.
Hi, bye.
Bye. Well, to be fair, I've been on a road trip through Florida. We didn't actually like stop and do much. All right, bud. Let's get you set up for a treat. Yeah, let's get you a treat. You want a Nutriberry? You want a Nutriberry? Grab this towel. Get your throne ready for you. Ah, Bubba, my nose, dude. All right. I got the wrinkles out for you. I know you don't like those very much. And let me grab your treats for you. All right, I put them over there. Sorry for the sniffing, you guys. I'm gonna go take care of that. Oh, good grief. All right, bud. Here are some Nutriberries for you, aka Parrot granola bars. There you go. Here's the microphone. Be a good boy. Don't do anything crazy. I'm gonna also go get you some water. I'll be right back. Hey, bud. I got you water. Yeah, I got you water. There you go, sir. I got you the freshest water from the most expensive place. We imported it from Mount Everest. Yeah. It's got minerals in it. It's from the company of TAP. They flew it in on a private jet. Yep. It was blessed by all the religious figures out there. So it's the healthiest, cleanest water for you, sir. Like I said, right from the TAP company. The company of TAP LLC. Long story, needed a new surrounding, lost my father. Ah, that is never fun. I lost mine in 2020, and it's definitely a process. My condolences. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take a piss. I'm back. I'm back, buddy. Sorry. What up, dude? Oh yeah, Oreo is definitely a good wingman. When we go out in public, he is such a flirt. I take him out in a backpack. It's like a cat carrier, basically. It's got like the big plastic bubble in the front of it, and we're walking out at like the beach or out in public, whatever. And he'll start cat calling people. He'll go, and at first they don't realize there's a bird, so they're like, "Who's whistling? Who's cat calling me?" And in this day and age, not appropriate. So they're like looking around trying to figure out who it is, and then they see the bird, and then of course they come up and start talking about him and asking questions, and it's usually older ladies, which is right up Oreo's alley. Oreo loves older women because he was raised around my aunt, my grandma, who always interacted with him, who always sung and danced with them and like talked to him. So he loves like older women. And but it doesn't matter. Anyone will come up and start talking to him. And he gets so excited until he sees a kid or a dog. And then he gets very pissed off because Oreo doesn't like children and he doesn't like dogs. And so he he'll start like mocking dogs. He does this thing where he'll like scratch behind his ear with his foot like a dog does. And I feel like when he does that, he's like, "Look at you, stupid dog! I can do this too." Um, and little kids will come up and they want to like pet him, and I'm like, "No, you cannot stick your fingers in the backpack to pet him. He will literally like amputate your finger, and I don't need that medical bill." Um, so I always have to like keep at a distance and put my hands over the ventilation holes. Um, but yeah, he definitely gets attention when we're out in public for sure. Which is funny because if I'm out in public and it's just me and my roommate, they see the cane, the white cane, and they won't even. Most people don't even come up and say hi or talk to me. So it's just interesting when I have the bird, I'm not invisible anymore, which is hilarious. Hey, buddy, what's up, dude? Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? I love you. I love you. Yeah. It's funny when my dad was fighting pancreatic cancer during COVID. I flew down February of 2020 because the doctors told him he had 6 months to live, and I was at college and stuff. So before that, so Oreo was down with my dad while I was at college because I didn't know where I'd be living. I didn't ended up living on camp. Ended up living on campus, no animals allowed. So he stayed at my dad's, and I flew down to my dad's. February, COVID was starting to be a big problem. Did the whole hospice thing with my dad. He passed away March 15th. And I was like, okay, I got to get the hell out of Missouri. Um, Need to get back up to Washington where I know I have insurance coverage for health. Uh, just want to get back to where I'm comfortable and I know like things are good. Um, March 30th, I fly out on an Alaskan Airlines plane. Call the head, made sure I could bring the bird and he could be in the cabin. Because Oreo had never been on a plane, so I wanted to make sure I could easily access him and take care of him if things started to go crazy. Because if birds get super anxious, they can have complications. So get everything situated, go to St. Louis Airport, and um, check in at the desk, and then I gotta go through TSA. Boo! Anyway, he's in a carrier. And TSA agent's like, "What's in the carrier?" I'm like, "A parrot. His name's Oreo." And they're like, "Well, we gotta swab the inside and the outside for explosives." I'm like, "What? I love that bird. What?" I'm like, "Okay, you can swab the outside, but if you swab the inside, he's gonna bite you." I'm like, "That he's just going to like that's what's gonna happen. If you want to swab the inside, I gotta take him out and hold him. Otherwise, he's gonna go after you." And the lady's like, she calls her manager over, and the manager is like, "Just swab the outside." And Oreo the entire time's talking and chirping and whistling and being loud, which is not what you want for a pet you're taking through the airport because they can deny you boarding. We get to the gate. I calm him down. We have like an hour before the flight. I get him all chill. We get to the boarding process. I'm first class. First time I've ever flown first class because a first class ticket during the lockdown was like $400. And I was like, well, I'm probably only going to ever get to do this once. And I figure if I'm in first class, they're not gonna kick me off the plane as like it's probably gonna be not as likely that they're gonna kick me off the plane. So get to the gate, check in, swipe my ticket, board. We're walking down the jetway. We get to the airplane, and the flight attendants see the carrier. They see that it's a bird, and Oreo at this point is like, "Ooh, new people who want to say hi to me." So he starts chirping and putting up a a good like entertaining show, putting on a good entertaining show, and we get to our seat. I put him on the seat next to me. It was March 30th. Lockdown was in full swing. So the plane was like empty. I don't know. It was a big like 737 or something, and there might have been maybe 30 people on that plane. And so first class is pretty empty. I got the entire row to myself, and I have him on the seat, calming him down. And the flight attendant comes over. She's like, he can't sit in the seat for takeoff. He's got to be under the seat in front of you. I was like, okay. So I put him under the seat in front of me, and he just goes to sleep. He just calms right down and is like, chill. Because it's dark under the seat, he's like, I'm good. He's a little scared of the engine noise, but I get him calmed down. He's got plenty of water. He's got plenty of snacks. And we get off the plane here in Seattle, and he starts seeing all these new people again. He starts just chirping, putting on a show through the airport. Get in the car with my roommate and her mom who came to pick me up. New people again. Whole car ride home, he's just saying hello. He's chirping. He's flirting. And he loves my roommate's mom. Like when she sees him or when he sees her, he he'll be on my shoulder. And Oreo does not fly. I mean, he can and he does, but he doesn't do it willingly. He only does it if he's like scared. So, but if he sees her, he will literally tuck and roll off my shoulder and like fall to the floor and then walk over and say hi to her. And I have to catch him because he doesn't fly. So he's not gonna like he doesn't land gently. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're gonna hurt yourself. So anytime she's around, I have to like hold on to him tightly to make sure he doesn't barrel roll off my shoulder. Where was I going with this? Anyway, yeah, Oreo loves people, and he's gotten to fly first class, so that's pretty cool. I don't know many parrots that have gotten to fly first class. Hey, Barbara, how are you? Good to see you. How was your Thanksgiving? How was your week? Burr, burr, burr. Also, Barbara, how's the family? Dude, what is up with these headphones? Why do they keep dying? Hold on, I gotta fix this. Let's do this for now. I'm gonna grab that. can't do that though. Shit. Okay. We'll do it this way. Paranoid device. Yes. Brr. What's up, dude? What, does the case have to be closed to pair? Is that what I gotta do? Pair. Was annoying. Sorry for the technical glitches, you guys. Brr. Entertain the folks, bud. Entertain the folks. Do they need to be in my ear to pair? What are we doing? I know these are charged. Ah, there we go. Or not. Well, damn. I know, this is entertaining content. I apologize. Remember, why is all my tech messing up at the moment? The tech gremlins are messing with shit. I know, buddy. I know. I apologize. Okay, I just need one of you pairs of headphones to pair. That's all I need. Excuse me. I don't know why you're not showing up in the pair thing. I know you guys are charged. Or for some reason, all I can get to show up is the printer. I know, buddy. Alright. Fuck it, we'll do it this way, I guess. Where is that charger? There it is. Close that out. Don't need that anymore. Plug that in. Cool. And we'll plug that in. Herbert, I'm telling you, buddy. I'm telling you. When the tech gremlins hit, the tech gremlins hit. I know. All right. Hey, buddy. Oh. Alright, we had to switch to the big headphones, bud. I know. I'm not a fan either. Brr, brr, brr. There we go. Alright. I've not seen Turtle tonight, Barbara. I'm not sure where she's at tonight. She might be hanging out with the fam. Oh, there's Turtle. My bad. I didn't scroll up in the chat, apparently. So, all my Bluetooth headphones aren't pairing with my phone. The ones that are dead. Because somebody forgot to plug them in to charge them today. So, my bad. Okay, Turtle, how are you? My bad. And we are back. I had to switch over to the big headphones. Which means I had to grab a wireless charger for my phone. Because as you know, my phone is messed up and can't be off a charger for more than 2 minutes without dying. It probably needs a new battery. And what it costs to replace the battery in a phone, I might as well just save up and get a new phone. Or put it on a payment plan. How's Luna? Family's good, Barbara. Nice, good to hear. Ooh. Trying to figure out what you bought for Christmas. Do you mean like decorations or gifts? And we will be here on Christmas for all of you who are watching. All 2 of you, I think. 3 of you. The whole headphone thing lost us some viewers, I think. So if you're not busy on Christmas or you're looking to wind down after hanging out with the family and de-stress and rest, come hang out with Oreo and I. Also, Seattle Children's Hospital, if you want to send a gift to them, send a gift to a child in the hospital, that's a thing that you can do. I'll have a post coming up on that here shortly with the links to the wish lists and all that. Or you can do a monetary contribution. Brr, brr, brr. Oh, somebody just got home. Brr, brr, brr. Also, if you want to send Oreo a gift, check out our wish list at zachhertz.com. I cannot talk. zachhertz.com/wishlist. You can send Oreo a gift or a Christmas gift. You can also buy yourself an ornament, an Oreo Christmas ornament off of our merch store, zachhertz.com/shop or zachhertz.com/contribute if you want to see all the ways you can contribute. We have the merch, we have the wish list, the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. You can also subscribe and like to our channel. That's also helpful. All that good stuff. Alright, enough whoring myself out. Well, I'm technically whoring Oreo out too, but... Hey, Mika. What's up? How goes? Or, Mactastic, sorry. Hi. What's up, dude? Is that a good treat? Was that a good treat? I am nothing but cables at the moment. Burby bro. Oreo. I'm gonna steal the mic, okay? That way I don't have to keep crouching down to talk at the chair. Yeah. Hi. Yep. Knew that was gonna happen. You're changing your name to Oreo's lawyer. Well, just so you know, he already signed a document saying that he can't sue me. And I have power of attorney and I have all of the rights to merch sales in perpetuity. So he doesn't get anything. I own all his rights. Merch, stories, podcasts, all that good stuff. Book rights, movie rights, music rights. They're ironclad contracts, so don't think you can get him out of it. He already signed them. Alright, that joke's going way too far. Burby bro. Why can I not get these damn headphones to pair? What is going on with this? I'm pretty sure these headphones are charged, no? Okay, fine. I'll stop fidgeting with it and call it good. But just in case, we'll plug these ones in as well. And we'll just keep using the big, bulky, over-the-ear wired headphones. Oh, flutter, flutter, good sir. No, you cannot win it in court. I'm telling you. I had the devil draw the contracts up. Because Oreo summoned him. Oreo summoned the devil while I was sleeping with his demon babble talk. That's what he does at night sometimes. It's very scary. He does get the love he needs. Bubba boy. Hi. Yeah, flutter, flutter. Hey, Berber. Can I have the chair back? Can I have the chair back? Yes? No, maybe so. You got a phone call, but now you're back. Well, you missed all of our good banter about Oreo's lawyer. But just to sum it up, you can't get him out of any contracts he's already signed. I own all of his rights in perpetuity, merch, sales, podcasts, movie, music, book rights, all of it. They're ironclad. He signed it already, they're mine. %10 of profits do go towards his snacks and vet bills and rent. But the other 90% of nothing goes to me. Burby bro. It is funny because actually the ZachHertz.com LLC, Oreo owns like, he's like a 1% owner. If I remember right. I have to look at the documents I drew up, but I made him like a partner in the LLC. Because apparently legally you can make your pets part of your LLC. And technically, because he's in my merch, because there's merch made about him, some of the stuff could be tax write-offs. Now, take that with a grain of salt, but that's what I read online. I'm not an accountant or a tax attorney, so. Dude, Oreo movie would be sick. Make it animated. I thought about writing a kid's book about Oreo. Every time I try to write a kid's book, I feel like it's not dumbed down enough. Like, I feel like I still write it's too adult, you know what I mean? I can't get into that mindset of, like, making a kid-friendly book. Like, I still want to put fuck every other word or, like inside jokes that would go over a kid's head. When I was a youngster, a wee whippersnapper, my family was pushing me into going into being a lawyer. Like, up until I was like 21, my college goals were to go study to be a lawyer. And then I found out what that required, and I said, fuck you. I'm going to be lucky if I get through 4 years of college, let alone law school, passing the bar. I went to an ultra-left hippie college where I didn't have grades, all right? That's how I got a degree. Although I was thinking about going to MIT to become a computer scientist, but then I realized there was a lot of math involved, and I said, nope. What are the rules of bird law? That'd be fun to come up with, like, bird laws. Like, what's mine is mine, especially if I take it from you by force. The cuter bird gets the best treats. If I bite you, it's your fault, not mine. I feel like that's number one rule of Oreo. If you don't worship me or pay attention to me, I will scream as loud as I possibly can and annoy you until you come pet me. He was doing that earlier. I was like multitasking, and he was upset because it wasn't about him, and he was on his cage. And I'm listening to like 2 different audio sources. I'm talking to Lacey on the phone. I'm paying attention to my laptop, and then Oreo's over on his cage screaming. so I can't hear anyone or anything except him. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to do something. Can you stop? So I had to go grab him. And then I was back on the laptop and he's like running up and down my stomach, biting my hands when I'm typing. Okay, do these headphones have enough charge now so I can stop using the headphones I don't like and having to hold a wireless charger? Come on, be charged a little bit. Just a little bit. That's all I need. Yeah! Perfect. Goodbye, wireless charger. Cool. Now I can take Oreo off the chair, clean the chair up, and sit down. And hopefully these headphones will get us through the rest of the live. Hi, bud. I'm going to take the chair back, okay? So I'm going to grab your water. Come with me, water. Come with me, and you'll see a world of pure imagination. Wow, as far as I actually got through that without stuttering. That's pretty amazing. Hi, buddy. Come here. Come on. You're going to fly Zach Airlines. Come here. Don't bite me. Come on. Come on. You want to come here? You want to put on my shoulder? Come on. No. No. Distract you with this hand, grab you with the other. Distract with the left, grab with the right. That's the general rule. Hey, and I can drink coffee. My hands are free-ish. Berber, do you know Bird Person from Rick and Morty? Do you know Bird Person? It'd be fun to meet him. Berber, look at our cool coffee mug. Yeah, look at our cool merch coffee mug. Yeah, look, it's a spicy water coffee mug to match our spicy water shot glass. And they're fairly cheap. Yeah. $12 for the small, 15, 16 bucks for the bigger one, I think. I should know this by heart. I don't. And our Christmas ornament, we have a Christmas ornament. Oh, that's tucked away. No one can see it. Oh, I did that because the fan was hitting it and making it. Ow, fuck, don't bite me. You gotta stop biting me, dude, when I'm doing stuff. Berber, me showing people stuff is how we make money. Got it? Stop! Stop! Don't be aggressive. You've seen this a million times. Look, it's a... Stop, dude. That fucking hurts. You're literally, like, drawing blood on my shoulder, bro. I have, like, little scar marks from you. Anyway, Christmas ornament for Oreo. You can grab it at the shop. Christmassy Oreo. Oreo on a Christmassy background. Big ornament. Metal, flat disc ornament. Okay, I'm putting that away so I don't get bit again. Dude. You're rude. You're a rude dude. Ew, I just thought of something. I should write a... Oh, no, I think I did describe the ornament on the website. For anyone who's visually impaired. I think I did write a description of the ornament. I'll have to double check. I'm 80% sure I did. Pretty sure I added alt text for all of the merch. Berber, my shoulder hurts, dude. Can I sue Oreo for being an aggressive bitey boy? Can I get a lawyer too? I know he's getting a lawyer, but can I get a lawyer? Like, emotional distress, physical damage, loss of blood, and skin. Oh yeah. Put your head down for cute little head pets. Yep. That's usually how this goes. You be mean and aggressive, and then you act all cute and innocent. You act like you didn't do anything wrong. Remember, we call that gaslighting. And in modern day, it's wrong. You're not supposed to do that. Yeah, it's manipulating, and it's bad. You could represent both of us as a mediator. I feel like you're biased towards Oreo, though, because he's cute. Oh, I did sign the contract. It's coming back against me now. I see how it is. Berber. Somehow I tried to get one over on you, and now it's coming back to get me. I hear a Bob dog. I hear a Bob dog. His little puppy paws padding down the hallway and running down the stairs. Do you hear someone talking out in the hallway? Now I hear Lacy Paws coming down the stairway. The pitter patter of Lacy Paws. Hey, we've been live for 1 hour and 10 minutes, bud. Oh yeah. Sorry we were not live Wednesday. I had a neurology appointment in the afternoon, and by the time I got home, I forgot to charge the phone for one. Two, I was just didn't feel like doing a live after a doctor's appointment. But basically, it was a neurology appointment to follow up. Nothing's changed really. Things are good. Although there was a mix-up. So I've been on 150 milligrams of lacosamide, and I called them after the second seizure to let them know I had another seizure, and apparently they bumped me up to 200 milligrams of lacosamide, but they sent the script to the wrong pharmacy, a pharmacy I've never used. And so for like the last few months, I'm supposed to have been on 200 milligrams of lacosamide, and I've just been rocking 150 twice a day. So there's that. So now I'm supposed to bump up to 200 milligrams twice a day. So picking those meds up tomorrow. But other than that, everything's good. Oh, I do have to get an MRI, so there's that. So that'll be interesting because I have to get an IV for the colon triast. I have to get a CISS Fiesta scan. It's a type of imaging for MRI. The word Fiesta's in there, so maybe a nap. Oh wait, that's siesta, right? My bad. Yeah. Siesta's a nap. Sleep in Spanish, yeah? Am I wrong? Yeah, am I wrong, buddy? I actually don't mind MRIs. The worst part for me is getting the IV because my veins are just so shot. And they have that stupid policy that like each person gets to do 2 attempts to put an IV in. And I've literally gone through an entire office because usually they only have like 1 or 2 people that do IVs. And they strike out. So then I'm like, okay, so 2 of you have gotten 2 attempts. So now what? And then I usually have to reschedule the appointment for somewhere else. And no matter how much I tell them, just keep trying, they're like, nope, policy. I'm like, yeah, but a lot has gone into getting me here. Like, can we just keep trying? Like, I don't care. I won't hold you liable. Just keep poking until you get it. So then I have to go to the hospital to their MRI. They have to do like an ultrasound poke. And they never believe me. They never believe me when they say you should use the ultrasound first. They always want to poke a couple times and then they go get the ultrasound. Like, I need my doctor to write a note that just says, he's a hard stick. If you have it, use an ultrasound first to do it. But no, they always are like, they never believe me. It's ridiculous. And they're like, well, we need an 18 gauge IV. I'm like, you need what you need, but I'm telling you, the only way you're going to get an IV in me is if you start at a 22 or a 20. Anything bigger than that, you're going to blow the vein. And that's even if you get it in the vein first. Oh yeah, I drink tons of water. I mean, there's water in coffee, right? So I drink tons of water. No, but if I know I have to get an IV, I typically will. If I know it like 48 hours ahead of time or whatever, I'll just start hydrating. I'll overhydrate for sure. But then it sucks because you overhydrate and then they're pumping saline into you, they're pumping contrast into you, and then you got to lay there for a 45-minute MRI. So you're like, oh shit, I gotta pee. But now I gotta lay super still. I gotta be agitated by this annoying, obnoxious noise. I have fallen asleep in MRIs though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've literally fallen asleep in MRIs because I've had so many of them. I'm like, yeah, it's loud, but I just turn it into like a beat or music or something. And the headphones they give you where you can jam out to music, I'm like, these are not loud enough. I've been like, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, and they're like, it's as loud as it gets. I'm like, then you need louder headphones. Like, I can barely hear the music over the MRI. And I usually tell them to play like death metal, so it's loud. They're always like, what do you want to listen to? I'm like, what do you got? And they're like, Pandora or Spotify. I'm like, great. Start with Rob Zombie and just make a radio station out of it. Or if it's Spotify, I'll tell them to go look at my playlist on Spotify, my public playlist. I think one reason I'm such a hard stick for IVs is just because I'm so stressed out. I get super anxious, and the older I'm getting, the worse it gets. Like I probably should go get treated for medical PTSD. I've been diagnosed with it, not treated for it, but I've been diagnosed with it. So as I get older, the worse that anxiety gets, and then my blood pressure spikes, and then my veins have a bad habit of rolling and vanishing. Like as soon as they find it, when they start applying the sterilization alcohol or whatever they use nowadays, my veins are like, "See ya, we're vacationing, bye." And then you add on top of that, they've just hit my veins so many times, and the chemo and all that nonsense has just destroyed my veins. And they refuse to do feet and legs now, which is where all my good veins are because they haven't been tapped as much. Well, we can't do that because of gangrene. I'm like, all right, well, keep wasting medical products that you're going to charge my insurance and keep poking me and making me more agitated. Also, I always tell them, hey, before you poke, count to 3, or tell me right before you're about to jab so I can control the I want to punch your reflex. Because I've literally had nurses jab me without telling me, and I literally, like, react. It's not subtle. Or I'll pull away. And I'll tell them, I'm like, don't do that. Like, okay, I'll count to 3, and they poke me on 2. I'm like, do not do that. It doesn't help anyone. I'm like, you count to 3, or you say jab, and then you go. Like, don't try to trick me with the 1, 2, poke 3 thing. Like, that is just going to make me more pissed off and angry and anxious. Like, I need to trust you. That's how this has to work. Ooh, I got one nurse real mad at me. So I was in the hospital when I was a teenager, and I'd already signed the discharge papers. And me and my dad were waiting for them to come take the IV out. And they were taking a long ass time. So, me being me, I was like, well, fuck it. I know how this works. There was gauze and tape on the table. Like they had prepped. Like there was Tecoderm, there was the stretch bandage stuff, Coban. That's what it's called, not Kotex. Coban. And I said, Dad, we're leaving. And I just pulled the Tecoderm out, yanked the IV out, undid some gauze, threw it on there, wrapped it in Coban, and we walked out. And as we were walking out, the nurse goes in the room and she's like, she stops us in the hallway and she's livid. She's like, you are not allowed to take out your own IV. And I go, well, you guys were taking forever, and I know you're busy, and we got to go to beat traffic. And she's like, that is not okay. And I go, yeah, well, it's done. See ya. And I mean, we disposed of it in the sharps container, so I don't know what she was upset about. Like, there was no bleeding. I pressed on it for like a minute with the gauze and then wrapped it in Coban, so I know how the system goes. I know how IVs get taken out. But that being said, for legal reasons and YouTube reasons, don't take out your own IVs. Don't practice medical stuff on yourself without supervision, medically trained supervision. Okay? Don't do what I did. And don't piss off nurses because they're important and the backbone. And they're the people that bring you mac and cheese at 2 in the morning when you're super hungry, or bone broth or whatever broth they have on the floor. So don't piss off nurses. You can piss off a doctor, but don't piss off a nurse. Because a nurse will get you stuff if you're nice to them. And a nurse will advocate for you. Like if you're in a lot of pain, they'll help advocate to get you extra Dilaudid, okay? Ooh, don't poke the bear. Yes, don't poke the bear. Lacey's grandma has a hummingbird tattoo, and the beak points to where the best spot to poke her is. And I'm like, that will not work on me. It'd be cool to get a tattoo, but I don't think that would work. Like she was I think at the doctor's office or in the hospital for something, and I think they had to use ultrasound on her. And she had the nurse dot a couple locations where the best place to get poked was for an IV or a needle. And literally that day she went out of the hospital or doctor's office and went to a tattoo shop and had him do a hummingbird tattoo. And I was like, that's pretty smart. I don't think that'd work on me though. Also don't have the money for a tattoo. And if I did, it'd be Oreo. Oreo's my next tattoo. It's going to be a full realistic color portrait of Oreo. If I had my way, it'd be full size. A big full size portrait tattoo of Oreo on my back. But I don't think that's going to happen. Not unless I get fuck you rich. Oh, that's nice of you, Turtle. I'm nice to nurses so that I get extra like literally I was nice to nurses at a hospital in Olympia, and they let my roommate bring her dog in to come visit me because that dog was awesome. His name was Fat Boy. He was a husky. He was very cute, and me and him were best. I've known that dog. Well, I knew that dog since I was like 11, and I ended up moving back in. I ended up moving into her house as an adult, and it was cool that Fat Boy was still around and alive. And she brought him in, and the nurses were like, "Yeah, you can't have a dog on the floor," and they go, "But if he's an emotional therapy dog, he can." And my roommate's like, "Yeah, he'll make Zach happy, so technically he's a therapy dog." And the nurse is like, "Okay." And I woke up and Fat Boy was sitting on my bed, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" I need to put vitamin E oil on my prosthetics. They're getting itchy. Well, my eyelids are. You're blah, 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 where'd that comment go? You're a very polite patient, which is very hard because you don't want to do anything. Yeah, like I said, I try so hard to be nice to nurses, and most of the time, I can build a bond with a nurse. In fact, I've gotten a couple nurses' numbers over the years. Talking to you, Brandy, if you're still out there. But there are just some nurses who, whether it be stressed out in both their job and their personal life, or like personality, I just do not mesh with. And I don't go out of my way to piss them off, but it just seems like I always, like, they get, I think it's partly because they're too professional. I think that's partly it. They like, I don't get them to laugh. I don't get them to like relax. They're just so uptight. And when you're like that, I don't want you to be my nurse. Because I want you to like show some sort of humanity. Like I want you to show that you're human, not some like efficient robot. And there's just a couple nurses I've had over the years who definitely are just assholes. Like, literally, I didn't hear a nurse one time. Like, she said something and I didn't hear her because I was waking up, and she snapped. She got so pissed off. And I was like, I just didn't hear you. I was waking up. Like, relax, please. Ooh, I've told you guys the story. I'm pretty sure I told you guys the story about the doctor who said I was an asshole. So I was in the ER, and a doctor came in, and I didn't know it, but he went to shake my hand. He was trying to make eye contact with me, and he just got this real dickish attitude all of a sudden. And I was like, hey, what's like? He was just being like, you could tell like he was just being an asshole. And I was like, which triggers me to be an asshole. And he finally snapped. He's like, you're very rude. And I go, I'm rude. Why? He goes, and the nurse was in the room at the nurse was in the room, and she was seeing all this go down, and I dealt with her before he'd come in, so she knew. She should have given him a heads up first of all, or like while he was being a dick, giving him like a hey stop, or like pointed at my eyes or something. But he goes, you didn't shake my hand. You're not making eye contact. You're not showing any emotion on your face. You're just acting like a complete arrogant asshole. And I'm like, you're upset with me. It didn't click for a second that for me it didn't click that he didn't realize that I was blind at the time. I'm like, you're upset that I didn't shake your hand. I'm not making eye contact with you, and I'm not showing the emotion you think I should be showing. He goes, yeah. And I go, well, first of all, I'm blind. My eyes are prosthetics. I didn't see you extend your hand. You didn't announce that you were shaking my hand. It's very obvious I'm blind. My eyes do not move. There's a cane literally at the foot of my bed. Like, not extended, but folded up. But you'd still know that it's a cane based off the color pattern. I don't have facial expressions like most people. So I'm not the asshole here. And he just walked out and slammed the door. And then he came back later and apologized. The nurse apologized for him after he left. And I was just like, holy shit. Read the room, read the patient, read the comfort level. Yes. 100%. Damn it, Turtle, now I want McDonald's hamburgers. Cheeseburgers. Ooh, I had chicken fried rice the other day from a local teriyaki place. Very good. Very tasty. Although there's 2 locations. And one location, for some reason, their food's better. The other location, their food is good, but not as good as the other place. And it's the same chain. I don't want to say because it'll give like details to my location, but for some reason, the one location just doesn't have the same flavor profile as the other one. So if I go to the location that doesn't have as good as food, I get the teriyaki chicken because that's always good. But their fried rice for some reason just doesn't have the same oomph. But when we go to the bigger location, I get the fried rice because it's delicious. Yeah, I've been. I think I've mentioned this a few times on my streams, but going back to the medical field, because I've been on so many opiates over the years, I've literally been blacklisted from ERs because they think I'm like a junkie or an addict. And you know what doesn't help? You know what does not help apparently? When you go to the ER for something like a migraine that you cannot get to quit and you're like not handling it well because it's building up your chronic nerve pain. It doesn't help when you go in and say, "Hey, I need something to help kill this migraine." And I'm not here for oh, no, I said I need non-opioid medical treatment. Apparently it doesn't help. It makes you look more suspicious. Hello, hello. What time is it, Burby? Oh, it's 9 o'clock, dude. We gotta go. We've been alive. We've been on live for an hour and 30 minutes, buddy. 1 hour and 32 minutes, actually. And I gotta go find food. Maybe make more coffee. Ooh, I gotta order more mac and cheese, too. Yeah. All right, y'all. Orion, I love you all. Huge shout out to the mods, Turtle, Barbara. Thank you guys for moderating. Hope you have a great weekend and had a great Friday. Zach and Oreo, not Zach and Oreo. ZachHertz.com/wishlist for our Amazon wishlist if you'd like to contribute. Or ZachHertz.com/contribute if you'd like to find all of our stuff: merch, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, wishlist. If you missed it, I went through our big wish list and split it up into smaller wish lists. There is now a Oreo snacks and supplies wish list. There's a Zach snacks wish list. There's a everyday use items wish list, which has like things like soap, studio tech, towels, stuff like that. There's a Zach techs and gadgets wish list, which has a variety of stuff. And then there's a Zach clothing wish list, if you'd like to help refill my wardrobe after I lost all the weight. And the old wish list is still available as well. But anyway, if you send us a gift off Amazon, we'll make a video shouting it out. Put something on the gift receipt, we'll promote it. Promote yourself, your social media, small business, cause you care about. Tell Oreo he's a handsome boy. Whatever you'd like, just keep it PG-13, keep it appropriate for YouTube. Please do not include religion or politics. If you want us to not make a video or keep it anonymous, put no vid or anonymous. Unless it's a username, we always just stick with first names anyway. Yeah. Be kind to yourselves and others. Go learn some cool shit. Make the world a better place. Find moments of happiness when and where you can. Laugh at yourselves, but more importantly, laugh at other people. That's my motto. Ah, thanks, Mika. Appreciate that. Someone with a severe neurological problem. Hey, that's me. I need help. Dude, Cheetos mac and cheese is the bomb. If you haven't tried it, you should. It's literally the best boxed mac and cheese in the world, in my opinion. And you throw a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. Oh. Or throw some chicken. I actually make it with chicken broth instead of milk. When I have chicken broth, it's so good. It's so good. Okay. We will be live this upcoming Wednesday and Friday. Might put another live stream in there in between somewhere since we missed last Wednesday. Don't know when. We'll be live on Christmas, so be sure to come hang out with us. We're going to go live later in the evening. So if you're done with hanging out with family or you're bored, come chill with Oreo and I. We'll be opening gifts if we receive any. You can also contribute to Seattle Children's Hospital. I got a video and post coming up on that here shortly as soon as I write it and film it. If you go to my website though, there's an old post from last year. I think all the information is still relevant. Honestly, I just might copy and paste that again. Send some gifts to kiddos in the hospital. Send stuff to their parents. I don't know, whatever. Okay, I think we're good. Let me grab headphones so we can turn off the stream. But yeah, we love you all. Be kind to yourselves and others. Sleep well, sleep tight, sweet dreams. I know the world's crazy. Be crazier. You gotta out crazy the crazy. You can't bring order to chaos. You can only make it more chaotic. River, you want to say anything? You want to say anything, bud? All right. We love you all. Take care. Peace out. See ya.